Welcome to my film review of The Kitchen. So this was a movie I knew absolutely nothing about, but I felt like I'd maybe seen a trailer and it was something that I'd want to see. So there's not a great deal out at the moment that I haven't seen. Went for a double bill today, this and what else did I see? The Hustlers or something. And I really enjoyed this movie. The reason why it's called The Kitchen, I think it does actually help to know a little bit about this. So I'm going to tell you the information that I think it's important to know, because then I think you'll enjoy the movie to the maximum, although it does become apparent eventually. But like I say, on some occasions knowing a little is beneficial. So here we go. So I did a little bit of research afterwards, assuming that there would be some truth and background to this story, and indeed there is. So the reason why it's called The Kitchen is because it's based in Hell's Kitchen. Now, most people might know Hell's Kitchen these days as the Gordon Ramsay TV program, but in fact it was a neighborhood in New York, and it was the central kind of location for where the Irish mafia called the Westies were set up and based during the 60s, 70s and 80s in New York. So there you go, there's a bit of background, and that's why the movie is called The Kitchen. Now the great news is, this is a movie about the mafia, mobsters and stuff like that. So likelihood is you're going to absolutely love that kind of a movie. I mean, who doesn't? I certainly do, you know, absolutely love that genre of movie. So there's a big tick. I didn't know it was about that. Bonus. But the interesting take on this is that it's not the men who are the top dogs, it's actually the women, which is fantastic. I don't think it's a true story, in fairness. I think it is, you know, a drama based on kind of part real events, but it's just such a brilliant twist slash take on a mafia movie. I mean, we've all seen countless movies about the mafia, and you know, if you like mafia movies, I think you'll like this. This would particularly be a good movie to go with as a couple, you know, where for once maybe the woman can enjoy a mafia movie where they're the guys controlling things, or should I say the people controlling things. So yeah, this was a unique take on a mafia movie, and you know what, thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really good. With it having Melissa McCarthy in, I wasn't sure whether this was supposed to be a comedy, but it's definitely not. Maybe there's the odd bit you might smile to, but it's certainly not a comedy. And Melissa McCarthy plays a good part, you know, playing a serious actress, not trying to be funny, and she's really good in this. So all of the leading characters, actually. There's three females. I'm not sure of all three of them's names, but there's a black lady as well, and another lady who's supposed to be Irish, and it really does work well. These three characters, they all have their own individual backstory, and they all grow their own strength and become the women that they become during this movie. And it's great going on that journey, because the movie opens up with, when it says the 18 certificate and what the movie involves, and it says domestic violence, and I'm like, oh okay, so it's gonna have domestic violence, and you get that straight from the opening scene, and it's, oh man, you know, it's like just disgusting, horrible to watch. But that isn't the theme of the movie, thankfully. You don't get punished by having to watch that kind of stuff all the way through, but it just sets the scene for what some of these women have had to have dealt with, and then how strong they become. And it's fantastic. I mean, I don't care whether a film is about men or women, you know. I consider all people equal. You know, I grew up recently where racism and sexism just was a thing of the past as far as I'm concerned, but I would definitely imagine women would get a real kick out of this movie, because it's not very often they're seen in this role where they're the kick-ass strong human beings, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be. So therefore, you know, I think for me it just worked. I thought, yeah, this is great, why not? Works, definitely. But from a woman's point of view, maybe, I would imagine you'd get quite a lot of satisfaction out of this. You'd probably be thinking, yes, finally, why hasn't there been a movie made like this sooner? And, you know, motivational. It's like, hell yeah, damn right, we can do this kind of thing. So I was thinking about the movie Widows quite a lot as well. You know, the movie Widows, that's out recently. It was a TV series made into a movie, and that was about the women taking charge and being strong. And pretty much similar idea behind this movie. So in a nutshell, if you like the movie The Widows, you'll really like this movie. If you like mafia movies, you should really like this movie as well. It was really enjoyable. Had a lot of issues to do with respect, you know, and stuff, and respect in areas where you might not have necessarily thought there'd be respect, and it was just quite a satisfying movie to see how this all came together. So this gets a big thumbs up from me. I think this is worthy of a good solid 8 out of 10. Works as a mafia movie, but it also works as a movie with a twist, shall we say, in the sense that it's the women that are, you know, the kick-ass mob bosses type thing running the show. So how their story develops and how they grow into those roles is very interesting to watch throughout the movie. And yeah, I can't say enough about this. This would definitely be a movie I would recommend pretty much to anybody to go and see right now. Women will definitely enjoy it for the girl power element, and anybody that likes mafia movies will enjoy it as well. Very good movie, very well told and very well acted, especially on all parts. Some of the male mafia type guys, they were absolutely fantastic, and the women in particular were brilliant. I mean, especially I have to say the black woman who I think she was a really strong role. I mean, I'm not sure what her name was, unfortunately. I don't really know too many actors' names. Melissa McCarthy being pretty much the only actor I knew the name of in this movie, but the black woman in particular was absolutely brilliant in this. She was really convincing and quite scary. So yeah, well done. I'll be interested to know what the critics think. I'd be interested to know what you think. Did you enjoy this as much as me? You definitely want to go and see it. If you want to catch a cinema movie at the cinema right now, there's not a great deal out. You can definitely go and watch It again. I was massively disappointed with Ad Astra. Hustlers was okay. Yeah, there's not a great deal out right now, so definitely give The Kitchen a try. Brilliant. A movie that works for everybody. Definitely one to catch on a weekend, pay the full price, date night movie type thing, but by all means see it on the buy one get one free if you like. So it works. It's getting a solid 8 out of 10. Definitely worth a watch. By all means go and see it at the cinema if you like going to the cinema, but equally, in fairness, you could watch it at home without it spoiling too much of the cinema effect. You know, there's no amazing scenes that are necessary for the cinema. But if you like movies and you like going to the cinema, this is one to see. So enjoy this movie. Thank you for listening to the review. Let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this movie as much as me? Do you like mafia movies? Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next review. Goodbye.